Hey guys, K Bill here with Social FD Going Beyond the Nozzle. And tonight I'm talking with James from Station 3 Leather. James, welcome in.
Okay, Bill, how's it going?
Going well, man. Tell everyone a little bit about yourself, a little bit about Station 3 Leather. Let them know who you are.
So the hardest part of everything is just talking about yourself. So
That's right.
in a good way. They shouldn't ask for that whole pre-roll, about me section. So yeah, I'm James. I started Station 3 Leather because I wanted my own radio strap and I didn't want to pay that kind of price for one. And I kind of always been that type that I can probably do something on my own if I try it, or I'll fail and learn a lesson. So bought a little bit of leather and some real basic tools, and some other guys saw it, said they wanted one, and my first ones were absolute garbage. Like, I have redone those ones for guys because I was like, "Listen, I'm embarrassed you're wearing this around and saying that I did it." They had no complaints with it, and it worked fine. Just skills get better. So, yeah, that picked up and, kinda spread. Not real big with, in, advertising and not pushing it a ton. How I met you is how I do most of my advertising. I find someone that's doing something I really like and do my best to support them. So, as far as me personally, I started out right out of high school in the Navy, was a firefighter there, got out and tried my hand at the guard, and then got into a paid on call department here in Michigan. So, did that. Did one paid on call department for like 11, 12 years, got hired onto a federal department, and then ended up moving, getting on another paid on call department. Um, I teach at the academy with one of the guys there from Cool Firemen, and I like being involved with everything about it. So, um, yeah, just kind of try and do all those different things.
I love it. You're always jumping in our streams and you're always hanging out, having fun. I watch your streams where you actually show yourself working on the leather, and that's on Twitch. Station 3 Leather on Twitch. Hold on. There's something I wanted to show and talk about a little bit. Is this leather shield? Let me get it hold up there, right there. Now that is the Social FD smoky detector mascot, and Station 3 Leather sent this to me. Look at that. I mean, I don't know how well the camera's showing it, but there's some detail there, man.
That that one was a little bit of a mental struggle, right? Like, so it's kind of weird, to talk about and that, but I almost didn't send that to you because I wasn't happy with how it looked, I guess you could say. But my issue was it looks exactly like your logo on the shirt, but it's not a finished looking thing, right? It's a very like line drawn type thing. And my mind was having a real hard time wrapping around like it matched exactly, but it didn't quite look finished. And I had it like the picture of your shirt was up on the screen and I was holding it up next to it. And I'm like, you know what? It looks just like it. I'm all right with it now.
Well, that's the line art version of our smoky, and actually, something you don't know and why this is super special to me is because when we were having the mascot done, okay, when he was in the infant stages of being what we have today, this is the artist's first drawing,
Nice.
okay? And that line art actually is what was sent to me before it was colored. So that represents the beginning of Social FD right there. Without you
Hey,
even
that works
really
out really cool. I didn't know that.
right, without you even knowing. I mean, that's what I wanted. I wanted to make sure you got that directly from me, that's why this is super special, not just because it's handmade in leather and you got your stamp on the back and you did I mean, it's beautiful, but this right here is the beginning of Social FD as far as the mascot, and I love it, and I wanna make sure I say thank you for that. It's just amazing.
No, yeah, of course. I mean, I do have something else I'm working on that we're going to do a giveaway for it some way, raffle, giveaway, whatever. We've always got Smokey and Randy going at it. And if anyone pays attention in chat, I'm all a fan of Randy. So if anyone's watched the Twitch, they've seen me working on it. But I
Wow,
definitely have another shield working on.
that is beautiful.
So I got to get some more paint done on it, and then we'll start getting it stitched up and all of that. But yeah, we're gonna have to work out a giveaway raffle, help you raise some money in that.
I love it.
I'm sure we could even talk some Smoky fans into wanting to get involved with that.
Now, there's something else that I wanted to talk. You probably already know this. I think someone already kinda let the cat out of the bag in a conversation that you had with someone that I know. I haven't told you this because I was hoping you wouldn't know it, but what were those leather straps that you made?
But yeah, so
I don't have
I
a
had to
picture. I don't have a
I
picture
had to
of it.
get clarification on them. I have a template of them, but I had to get clarification because I got asked to make some loadout straps, and that verbiage across the country is hit or miss. And
Mhm.
I had no idea what a loadout strap was. We use something like that. It's just webbing for us to pull what we call a skid load off the back for they guy got asked for a leather version. And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And they sent me a picture and I was like, oh yeah, okay, now I know what you're talking about. Yeah, no problem. So yeah, I had made a version of those that was pretty much just my regular radio strap for another guy, um, as a test thing. And I've done it a bunch, right? So like if someone gets a hold of me and they want a holder for a Leatherman or something, I'm like, hey, I haven't made it yet. I'll give it a try. And usually I give it to them at a really good deal and say, let me know what you think. Well, a lot of times I never hear back. So then I never know uh, that. So I was like, all right, I'm going to do it different. Made it nice and thick. And why? I mean, it's the thickest leather I've ever used. Like, even contacting places to get it, they were like, yeah, we don't really use that a whole lot. And I'm like, well, I wanted to hold up. And um, yeah, so got to customize the back of those for, what, truck and an engine?
That's right. That's right. And do you know the department they went to? Do you know who's on that department?
Most of the chat that I interact with every Saturday night, it seems.
I didn't know
Yeah.
if you know that was my home department.
So I did. I
So
was
here
gonna, like, say some
here's
things on posts, but
here's the
I also
crazy thing.
run that whole balance of, advertising on other people's things.
A social FD is a community for the community, man, and you're an amazing person, and you're super supportive. You can post anytime, every time in our group, but
I appreciate it.
you you didn't know, and I'm gonna tell you that I didn't know that our chief was ordering that. I didn't know that,
Yeah.
and, through watching you build this strap, and I'm like, "Wait a minute, 721, 711." So then I get a message, "Hey, we ordered some straps from Station 3 Leather," and I'm gonna tell you what, bud, they are fantastic. Fantastic. Now, my chief, he's very particular, and he's gonna watch this. He's gonna watch this, and he's gonna be like, "I'm not very particular." Yo, no, you are. You're a very particular guy, which is great. I mean, when you're in a leadership position, that's what you want. Someone that knows what they want and is not afraid to get it. And he was impressed. He liked them a lot. So, I mean, they wouldn't be on our rigs if they weren't good. And I'm gonna tell you what, they're good. You did fantastic. Absolutely. I wish I
Good,
had a
I
picture to
appreciate it.
post. I wish I had a picture to show it, but it's all right. It's been floating
To get
around.
them up on those pictures of them on your trucks is what's gonna be on the website for, like, selling them and that,
Nice.
because in my, basement and that isn't the greatest place to show off what they are, so yeah, I got a good amount of pictures from them being actually in service, so we're gonna use those on the website and social media and all of that.
So you had mentioned that you started doing leather work because you couldn't find a leather strap at a price point that you liked, and you're like, "Wait a minute, I can do this," right? And, how long have you been doing leather work now?
And we've probably been 6 to 8 years.
Nice.
The last probably the last 4 getting more serious into it, and in the last 4 is really branched out too. So, like, I'm probably still under a dozen helmet shields that I've done. The quality again of the first ones, was something that it actually kinda, like, scared me with it because I was like, "Man, this is not a great quality. I don't wanna put it out there." I have no way to test it in, like, a fire condition and that, so I did a few for, like, presentation awards and kinda left it as that, and they're not on my website. It's a thing I do for, like, friends, special things, stuff like that. I've got a guy that taught me a ton of leather work that I met him through Facebook. I've never met the guy in person. He's firefighter out in Connecticut. He was doing Facebook Lives, and I just ran across it randomly. And man, we would sit there and talk for hours as he was working on stuff, and he would teach me how to do it. And he does amazing helmet shield. Like he has the artwork side of it down. I don't have. I cannot sit down and draw something out. Like I got to do a ton of computer stuff with it and all of that.
I understand.
Where he can just do that crazy artwork. I've got a shield by him. So actually, I made him a radio strap and he made me a shield and we just traded. And I also run Taylor's tins on my helmets. So kind of hard to be like, hey, run this leather in service shield. And I'm not going to run it.
Well, yeah, but I mean, the leather, there's a lot to a leather shield. And one,
Hmm.
I just love holding it. I mean, this thing, when I'm telling you, I'm telling you, this is one of my most prized possessions that I have in our collection. It's just fantastic. But I love Taylor's tins as well. I mean, they have a nice slogan, right? Stop burning up leather. But there's something to be said about something that is handmade like this. It's super special. Now, you mainly do radio straps, correct? And where would someone find your shop online?
So it's station3leather.com. I'm trying to figure out how to integrate it with the fourth wall and all of that because I just did some merch too through Twitch. So once I get that integration figured out, everything will be in one spot. But yeah, station3leather.com. That's the easiest way to order it and see what is there. But we're on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. I am trying to get better at being consistent with posting. If you look at history stuff, it'll be like 2 weeks of, every couple days I posted and then 2 weeks of one post. ADHD. I just all over and I've sent products out and had to message them like, hey, I forgot to take a single picture of that. Can you send it to me?
It happens. It happens. I mean, but you go live quite often on Twitch, right?
Yeah, as much as my shift allows in that. We do 48 72s. Um so I kind of bonus we don't get a bunch of overtime. I kind of have a schedule that I can set. But I've got some other leather workers that I like supporting too in that on Twitch. And so there's times, I'll jump in with there. So I kind of try and balance days. I've been trying to do Friday, Saturdays. That seems the best. So yeah, normally Saturdays before we go on marbles, I'll be on and that doing it and try and get a raid over and bring some new people over in that.
I love it. I love it when you raid in. I love seeing that Station 3 leather just rated. It's always I mean, when you're streaming, and you'll understand this. When someone brings their community over, it's special, you know? And when you drop everybody off over in the social FD stream, yeah, sometimes it's a little crazy, a little out there, but we have fun.
I
We
gave
have
them the
fun.
warning beforehand.
It's family friendly though. It's family friendly, but
Yeah, it is.
sometimes there's just so much happening on the screen you can't. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. It's crazy. Now, I'm gonna ask you some crazy. I'm gonna ask you a hard question.
Long
What
as
got?
it's not history or science.
Oh, yeah. What's 1 million times? No. So, what got you started or wanting to be in the fire service?
So I grew up, my dad was a cop. So in a pretty major city in Michigan. And at the time, I never realized the cool stuff he did, right? Like as a kid, I only noticed, hey, he's not home on Christmas. So we celebrated a different day, things like that. As I got older and realized, man, my dad was a lot cooler and I gave him credit for like, he was on a SWAT team, flew helicopters for the police department, all of these big, huge things that as I look back, I'm like, man, like I wish I would have realized more of that. Um, I say all of that, and then I didn't go be a cop. His best friend was a firefighter. And like our families were super close growing up. We'd go on vacations, multi states away as a group, go camping in that. Well, they'd stop at an accident. And I remember like my dad's buddy going and helping the people that were in need. And my dad was waving traffic around and like not putting down anything that he did because the stuff he did was cool. He just knew nothing about medical and knew that. So the fire medic, that's what I always kind of saw. So that kind of stuck with me. And then as I got into high school, I knew I wanted to go into the military. So Navy wasn't my first choice. It was the Air Force because I'd always heard about the Air Force's, fire service stuff. Um, and he said he couldn't guarantee it. And the Navy guy was next door and said, I can. And so then I spent 4 years on an aircraft carrier doing
That's awesome. I mean, plus we have fire trucks. Who doesn't like fire trucks?
it.
I mean, they're big, big, big fire trucks. So I normally, I've said this before on other episodes. I try to keep them short and sweet, just enough to introduce everyone, and then that way we can do another episode later on more in depth.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you would like to tell everyone that's watching or listening about Station 3 Leather that they don't already know about?
No, nothing really about that. Like I said, sitting here and promoting Station 3 Leather is different for me. Like, I try very hard. Like, I've told people, no, I can't do it or I won't do something. Like, I've had some pretty in depth helmet shields people wanted, and I'll send them to other people because I'm not the best fit for it. So, I mean, if there's something I was going to say about that, it'd be I'm going to work to get you the best product that you want, whether it's from me or not. I'm not doing this to put food on the table. So at the end of the day, I want people to be happy with what they got. And if it's with me, it's with me. If it's with one of the other guys, there's plenty of us in that.
That's what I like about that's what I like about how you are is if you can do it, you're going to do a fantastic job. And if you don't think you can, you know the right people to get what they're looking for. So you're not just a great place to get something, you're a great resource, a starting point. If you're not sure about what you're wanting, it can all be from what a radio strap to a shield to whatever you're looking for. This is the guy to contact. And you can start by going to station3leather.com. James, I appreciate all of the support you've shown us here at Social FD, and I highly encourage everyone to follow Station 3 socials everywhere. And wouldn't hurt to just comment something like Social FD says hi. He'll love that. James, I appreciate you doing this with me tonight.
No, anytime. Anytime you want to talk, I'm down for it. So I
Sounds good.
appreciate you having me.
So hang in there. I'll talk with you here in just a minute after I finish the recording. But again, I want to make sure everyone understands. Hook up Station 3 Leather. Make sure you show them some love.